Hey everybody, Paul Duffy from Spartan Firearms Training Group. Put out a video last week on stippling a handgun and why you would do it, and had a lot of people follow up asking how do you do it. So just wanted to put a quick video out there, one kind of demoing the process and the prep work, and then two actually showing the process. So prep work, process. And as a reminder, what we're talking about is changing the grip, changing the stock grip on a polymer handgun. So you can see where we've basically added texture along the frame, under the trigger guard. We've sanded down some of the hand grooves on the gun. So that's one version of stippling. Another version is where you have a partially stippled gun. So you can see some of the stock hand grip here from Glock, but it has also been modified on the back to add grip points. This is one of the earlier guns that I stippled. This is actually a Glock 19. I carry it almost every day. I am going to redo it. I'm going to sand down these finger grooves here and re-stipple, do a different pattern on the gun, sand down all of the hand grip there. As you get more comfortable, you can even start to get a little ornate and add designs. There's a Spartan helmet there. I've seen pretty fancy stuff on the internet. If you Google stippling, you can kind of get some different ideas. And if you're artistic or creative, you can put your own designs onto the grip as well. So what you're going to need essentially is a Dremel or a sandpaper of some sort, or both preferably. So a Dremel basically is going to get the rough spots, it's going to get the finger grooves, it's going to get a lot of that polymer off quickly. And then you're going to follow that up with just some 220 grit sandpaper, kind of hit it lightly, hit the rough spots, kind of smooth it down. I guess if you didn't have a Dremel, you could do it all by hand, but the Dremel certainly makes it easier. After you sand it down, you're going to just kind of mark up where you want the stippling to be, and then it's just a matter of taking a soldering iron and starting to melt the polymer. And the soldering irons come, some of the fancier ones come with different types of tips that can give you different designs, or can be used for different things in terms of the grooves or the channels. And then you also have just round bits that I ended up using for the actual stippling process. So you can kind of see just gave me a very nice uniform pattern across the gun. So and I'll demo that in a video as well. So following this will just be the actual prep work, the dremeling, the sanding, the marking, and then there'll be a follow-up video probably later in the weekend demonstrating the actual process. So if you have any questions, reach out to me, Paul Duffy, Spartan Firearms Training Group. You can find me on Facebook or the website SpartanFirearmstrainingGroup.com. Thanks for watching.
So the first step is going to be to take a Dremel and kind of sand off, smooth down all these rough edges on the frame, and kind of give you a good base to start the stippling from. So I'm going to get the sand in here, and then we'll show you a before and after video of what that looks like. And there's already a little bit of stippling there on the bottom of the trigger guard. So once you've kind of dremeled it down and kind of got some of the high spots and the rough spots smoothed out, it's going to take some sandpaper here and hit it really lightly with the sandpaper and get some of these rough spots, kind of try and smooth them out, and then we'll start stippling. The next step is to mark it, kind of where you're going to want the stippling to end, just for a visual frame of reference when you're actually doing the stippling. That way you kind of stay within your lines. So once the lines are kind of marked out, I'm going to switch bits from this bit to this bit right here, and I'll show you what the result is once we start the actual stippling process.